Tony Fernandes, the founder of AirAsia, joins us right here on ET Now. Thank you very much, Tony, for patiently standing by. Congratulations to you, because you've long wanted a lot of the changes that have come in the aviation policy, and it looks like the very competitive sector has given space for new operators like yourselves. Let me first begin to talk to you about the 5/20 rule that is all set to go. The government is indeed proposing either you have 20 aircraft dedicated to domestic routes or 20% of your aircraft fleet to be a part of the domestic sector. Is that a big breather, you believe?
Yeah, I think it's a big day for Indian aviation. Obviously, I've been campaigning for that for a while. And I think power to the people. I think it's great for the people of India. It's going to create more jobs, more tourists, and we're very excited. We're now clear with this aviation policy and our plan, and full steam ahead for us at AirAsia.
So, by when do we expect AirAsia to begin flying overseas? Now that there is an enabler of sorts, you don't need to spend 5 years in Indian aviation in the domestic market. You don't need 20-odd aircraft in your fleet. You can fly overseas. By when do we expect AirAsia to fly overseas from India?
I think we have to know exactly what the rules are, whether it's 20 aircraft or whether it's just 20% of our fleet, of our existing fleet. But we're just going to press ahead now. I've just pushed a button with Amar, our CEO, to increase our aircraft to 10, if not more, by the end of the year. And we'll go as soon as we can. But we're also doing well in domestic, actually, which is I think this policy has kind of forced us to become adaptive in domestic, and that's been all right. So as soon as we are clear on the rules, because this has just come out, we will try and apply for international routes. But we're pushing ahead with aircraft acquisition. For the last few years, we just weren't sure what the policy was, so we were kind of going slow. But now I think we'll push ahead after consultation with our partners at Tata.
I was going to ask you that question. What does this do to your expansion plans here? You've got 6-odd aircraft in your fleet right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Where do we see that number go in the months or at least a year going forward?
Well, we were planning to add to 8, but now we're going to try and push it to 10 or 12. A lot will depend on getting pilots, etc., etc. But I just spoke to Amar. He and his team are very excited. So we're going to push ahead as quick as possible and get congruence with our partners at Tata, and then push the button.
Are you a little disappointed, though, that the civil aviation policy has scrapped the proposal of increasing FDI from 49 to 74% by 2020, and that decision will be taken outside of this policy whenever it's necessary? They have increased FDI by a very minor sum from 49 to 50%. Does that change life at all? And are you personally disappointed with no concrete statement there to increase it to 74% by the next 4 years?
I think India is not alone. There are plenty of other countries, so at least it was on the table. At least they've increased it by 1%. And we continue. But, credit to the Modi government for actually doing something that many people talked about. They've done it. Of course, we always want more. Who doesn't want more? But it's a good start, and we'll now continue the messaging about allowing foreign investment to go out. But again, we have a good partner. We're quite happy with where we are, and it's a good start. It's a good start. We'll take it. We're pleased.
Right. Tony, I have a quick question to ask of you on the regional focus in this policy, and there is a lot of incentive there to fly in far-flung areas of India. There is a cap on 2,500 rupees as far as that 1-hour flight is concerned. There are other incentives also to fly to the remote parts of the country. Is that a business or a catchment area that excites an operator like yourself? You are right now restricted to some pockets of India. Will we see you perhaps trap that route?
Yeah, I think we will. We've been a big believer in the Northeast. Guwahati, etc. And our bread and butter is developing new routes. 60% of our routes around AirAsia have been new routes, and a couple of them in India have been brand new routes as well. So we will look at that with great interest. We are very excited that there's some incentives to help us along. I think it's the right move. Aviation grows a local economy, and I think the Indian government has made a right move there. So we're definitely interested in that aspect.
A couple of quick last questions. As somebody who's credited to be running a successful airline by stripping costs down, how does the proposal to make India an MRO hub change life for someone like you? Plenty of incentives there. Service tax could be zero. They could be exempted from custom duty as far as aviation maintenance tools are concerned. India becoming an MRO hub, does that change life significantly for operators like yourselves?
Absolutely, a lot. Something that we thought was long overdue. It's been what we've been trying to do with other airlines such as Spice, etc. When we were in Hyderabad recently, Ajay Singh spoke very smartly. It's not just about the 520 rule. It's about reducing cost in India to make India more competitive with the rest of the world. We discussed fuel taxes, obviously, and those are slowly going down. And MRO and some of the taxes on MROs were prohibitive, and most planes were not being fixed in India. So it's great. It will save cost, and anything that saves costs gets transferred to the customer, and that will grow demand. So another good move by the Indian government. Good week for us. I got my OCI.
So a quick last question before I let you go, and that question has to do... Sorry, a quick last question before I let you go, and that question has to do with a conversation that we had 2 years back. You had just launched services and you were exasperated with the kind of lobbying that was happening in Indian aviation. Are you today on the gaining side of that lobby?
I'll let you work out on that. But I think it's not about, I've always said it's not about what AirAsia wants or what the airlines want. It's what's good for the Indian people. And I think the government put the people first and came out with a policy that puts people first. And I think it's not about one party or the other party. It's what makes India a better place and creates more jobs. And I think that was what drove the decision today.
So as a commuter, the only question I'm interested to know is that all of this put together, all the proposals on the table put together, because you're going to impact my life, am I going to fly cheaply from here on?
Yeah, I think you already are. And we'll continue to do that. Anything that, we're all about lowering costs. And there are a few that share our sentiment about volume and lowering costs. So it's a good day. It's a good day for aviation, but it's also a good day for lowering costs. And hopefully you'll be able to fly more often. You got to stop asking me questions, though, to fly, though. You keep saying last question.
All right, then. That indeed was the last question. But thank you very much, Tony Fernandes, for taking time out and joining us. Many people believe this is a red letter day as far as Indian aviation is concerned. We're getting you the man who is the founder of one of the world's most successful and best operated airlines, AirAsia, with operations here in India as well. Nikunj and Aisha, it's back to you in the studios.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.